Hey guys, it's Nightwing19 here. So, Marvel and Sony have found their Spider-Man. Tom Holland is going to be playing Peter Parker in the new reboot. If you're unaware of who Tom Holland is, he's done The Impossibles, Wolf Hall, How I Live Now, and some other minor roles. The next movie he's going to show up in is In the Heart of the Sea. Chris Hemsworth is actually in that film. Kind of odd that they sort of run into each other in this project. Marvel and Sony wanted to find the right actor. That's why it took them so long. The problem with Andrew Garfield was that because he was a bit older, by the time they got to the fourth Amazing Spider-Man film, that he would have been in his mid to late 30s. I know movies can make actors look really young, but just think about it. A mid to late 30-year-old guy still playing Peter Parker, who we've all known as a high school student, so it just doesn't really look good for me and for everyone else, really. With Tom Holland, if Sony wants to make more Spider-Man films, and I do think that they will, they won't have a problem with him aging out of the role, because right now he's only 19, so he does fit that appropriate age to play Peter Parker. Like, he's a kid himself, so it makes sense for them to find a kid to play a kid. I know 19 is the legal age for an adult, but really you actually become an adult when you're in your mid to late 20s, because really that's when shit hits the fan and you have to take more responsibilities for yourself. When you're 19 to 20ish, somewhere around there, 21, 22, that you don't have a lot of responsibilities yet. That's why I think from 18 to 21 is when you're still a kid but you're an adult, really. Besides from casting Tom Holland, they've actually hired Jon Watts to direct the Spider-Man reboot in 2017. He's done Clown and Cop Car with Kevin Bacon. Both of those movies did okay. They weren't really big projects done by really big studios. So Spider-Man is really going to be his really, really big project that gets a lot of people to know him more. Just think of James Gunn, how before Guardians of the Galaxy, not a lot of people were familiar with him. But after Guardians, everyone started becoming more familiar with James Gunn. So if anything, Jon Watts is going to be the next James Gunn in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel and Sony may have found their Peter Parker, but they didn't officially confirm what Marvel movie Tom Holland's going to show up in. Remember, the deal between Sony and Marvel a while back was that the new Spider-Man would show up in an MCU movie first and then go off to star in the reboot. He's probably going to show up in Captain America Civil War just because the movie is filming right now and Spider-Man plays a big role in the Civil War comic. Civil War the movie isn't going to be like Civil War the comic, so Spider-Man may not play such a big role in the movie, just like he did in the comics. Rumor has it that he's going to just have a small cameo. He's probably not going to get into a lot of action in the movie. How I see him coming into the plot is pretty much with the whole sides thing going on. You have Captain America, who has the entire new Avengers team on his side, along with S.H.I.E.L.D., and then Iron Man just has the government. Maybe James Rhodes, just because they're good friends, he might have a little trouble choosing the right side. I don't think they're going to focus a lot on him, trying to choose the right side. I think that, really, the international incident is what's going to force Rhodes to change sides between Captain America to Iron Man. So it's pretty much the government and Rhodes on Iron Man's side. What Tony will do is, try to sway some of the other superheroes in the world to his side. That's where I see Spider-Man coming in. He discovers that there's a Spider-Man in New York, meets him, tries to get him to join the fight, but probably wouldn't really force him in just because he figures out that he's a kid. I don't think Tony would try to put a kid in the forefront of a fight. Maybe he will, maybe he wouldn't. Tony Stark is really unpredictable, so you have no idea what's going on in his head. The Spider-Man we're going to see has been Spider-Man for some time now, but it's not it's been 5 years since he's been Spider-Man. I would say a couple of months, maybe 6 or 7, a year tops. If Peter Parker was a more established hero, if he was in his third or fourth year as Spider-Man, then yeah, you would see Spider-Man in the middle of Civil War. But as of now, no, he'll just show up for a good maybe 3 or 5 minutes of screen time and then swing his way off to the reboot in 2017. So here's my question for you guys. What are your thoughts on Marvel's decision for casting Tom Holland? Just leave your thoughts down in the comments below and be sure to subscribe for more Spider-Man Captain America 3 news. Follow me on my social platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr to stay updated. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.